So here it is. This is the 5W1H offer formula. This is how you make mafia offers. The mafia offers are the ones that people just can't refuse. Okay, they're so good that people can't refuse it. And so I want you to understand like why this is really, really important. Okay, so why are offers the most important thing? Well, an offer is really the thing that you're selling. So a lot of people, including myself, I'm putting my hand up here, guilty as charged, thinking that we're selling the product, right? Thinking that we're selling the service or the transformation, which is true, right? Like we hear a lot about this stuff, but the whole reason that you're in this program and even within, coaching with me on this call and stuff is because I want to give you the insider stuff that a lot of people don't really talk about or allude to it a lot, because we hear a lot of the right stuff that's out there. Like we do sell the transformation and all that stuff, but really, it's not just an overall blanket and parachute that we could put over the entire thing. Oh, all you do is you sell the transformation. Well, that's true, right? But what you're really doing when you're in the phase of actually selling something, like on a webinar or something, or a sales page, you are actually selling the offer. The body copy and all that does all the transformation selling and things, but the whole point of the sales page or the end of the webinar and all that stuff is to sell the offer, which sells the transformation. Does that make sense? So I really want you to understand that, because the marketing message that you're doing, the copy and all that stuff, when I say marketing copy, it could be a webinar, it could be a Facebook ad, whatever it is, it leads the prospect to the offer. That's the entire purpose of having the copy, right? Of having the webinar and everything else. It's to lead them to get to the offer, so you can say, hey, listen, I've shown you how I can transform your life here, so now I've got to sell you on this thing. And you're not saying that out loud, but that's kind of, the whole process of this. So what is the 5W1 or 5W1H formula? What is that? Well, it is the who, it is the what, it is the where, and it is the when, it's the why, and of course, that H is the how. Now, you're looking at that going, okay, well, Joey, you kind of built all this up, and it's like, well, this is not magical anymore. It's like, I've heard this before, who, why, who, what, where, when, and why, and all this stuff. But I want you to look at it from this point of view. Let's look at it from the way that it's taught in journalism. Now, in journalism, they use this because they need to get information very quickly and get all the details. So when you look at it from this point of view and apply it to your marketing, everything changes. So let me explain this to you. So when a journalist goes into, there's a crime, the first thing they're asking is who committed the crime, right? What happened here? And then it's like, well, what did that person do? And then they ask, where did this happen? So they're interviewing whoever it is, when they go into the police chief or the person or the neighbors or whatever, they're trying to get as much information within 6 questions as possible. And these questions will give them all the information that they need to know. The next thing they want to know is, well, when did it happen? Like what exactly, what is the time that it happened and all this, right? Why did they do it? Sometimes they don't know what the motive is. Sometimes they do know what the motive is. But let's say that they do have all of when they're asking these questions, that the person has all the answers to these. So you can see right away how quickly you can get information from these questions, right? And then how exactly did it happen? So a journalist, they're taught this formula specifically so they never forget to ever leave out important information that they need to go back and report in the newspaper, on online, whatever it is, or on the news. They have all the information that they need, that they can get by basically answering these questions. So, well, we can use that same formula in our irresistible offers, how to make that mafia offer, right? So let's look at it. Who is the customer? We've already dealt with a lot of this. This is basic stuff, but I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you. First, let me break down the bullets and you can see what I'm talking about. Who's the customer? What is the simple offer term? Like, what is it that you're actually offering the person? What does my customer get when they buy? And what does the competition offer? So you could also position against what the competition offers, or break things down, or compare apples to apples, right? And make yours better. So you want to know maybe stuff like that. Why am I making this offer? Is there a reason why you're making this offer? Is it because it's a Christmas sale? Is it for some reason? So where is the offer available? where is the market level of awareness? And we've talked about this inside the product marketing blueprint. If you are not a product marketing blueprint customer, you got to become one, because this is the stuff that we teach inside that product marketing blueprint. The market level of awareness is one of the most powerful things that you need to learn in order to market and position yourself correctly. When is the offer available? Is this an ongoing offer? Is it a limited time offer? How will this offer be delivered? Is it online coaching? Is it PDFs? Is it through a membership portal? Is it live in person, right? So you can see how just by getting these questions down in this formula to flush out what your offer is, if you can answer all these questions, which you need to answer all these questions inside your offer first, but just by jotting stuff down in your little journal thing down here, now you've got the structure of an offer that now you could use inside your copy. Make sense? So let's break these down a little bit just to give you a little bit more clarity, okay? So who is my ideal customer? This is standard stuff. You guys already know all this, but your offer really needs to be clear to that specific customer. And this is where a lot of times when I see people fail at a launch or a sale or something like that, it's because the offer isn't specific to the customer. And this is why I keep hammering it into everybody's head of why it's so important to have that specific customer, because the customer is waiting for a chance to say, this isn't for me, okay? But the more you're specific, the more that the offer specifically talks to that one customer and the copy and the headline, all that stuff, the more they're inclined to buy. They're like, wow, this is obviously for me. And the other thing is the offer that you make, it's important to know who it is that you're offering that product or service to, because again, all that copy is going to be related to the offer, right? So you're going to just jot out the offer. It's only for this type of person. And then when you write your copy, you just refer back to the offer, because that's what you're leading them to. Does that make sense? So the simple terms, or the simple offer, in what's the simple terms of this offer? People like to screw this up a lot, or they don't even go into the details of the offer because they think that the person knows already. Well, obviously they know it's in the membership course, or obviously they know they're going to get DVDs shipped to them or something like that. Well, they don't. So you have to make a clear breakdown of everything they're getting and make it really, really simple for them to understand. So an example might be that I'm selling a marketer insiders report. You're going to get 12 issues in all, and they're delivered to your door each month. I'm pretty sure that that's clear of what you're getting. You're getting an insiders report, 12 issues of them, 12 of them, and it's coming to your door, right? So by mail. Then you're going to get 2 bonus marketing reports that increase sales just by using one of the 16 insider methods inside those reports. Wow, that's pretty good, right? And you get all this for $39 a year. That's a pretty darn good offer, right? It's a Mavia offer. It's very clear what you're going to get, and it's to a specific person, right? So let's move on to, where is the offer available? In this case, you want to understand to yourself, like, where is this going to be? Am I sending this to my email list? Am I sending it like to a segment of my email list? Is it going to be available on my website? Is it in a Facebook group I'm going to be doing this for? Is it going to be all 3 of those, right? Am I doing paid advertising? Am I doing print advertising? What am I doing? Maybe a webinar launch or a product launch. So understanding where that thing is going to happen is really important. And then where the market level of awareness is the most important thing in my mind. Like, that's where I always start. And I've talked about this inside the PMB a lot. And I've got that sheet, that lead type sheet right in front of me every time I'm writing copy, going, okay, well, who's the person I'm talking to, and where are they on this level of awareness? So I understand how I could start, the conversation, the marketing conversation. So that's really what it is. Where are they on that awareness scale? And like I just said, it helps you determine what type of offer you're going to give them, because there's indirect offers and then there's the direct offers, right? There's that huge scale. So where are they on that scale? and it'll help you to determine how direct or indirect that offer needs to be on the bottom of that page, or your webinar, whatever it is, right? When is this offer available? The timing of your offer, right? When is it going to be available? Is it a 2-week offer? Is it a Black Friday sales, 4-day, 4-day cash machine? Like, what is it? And this could be, obviously, you're talking about the length of it. Do you have scarcity built into your offer? So is it going away soon? Is it a limited time offer? Is it a holiday promotion? So all those things, just again, write it all down so you understand where it is that you're going with the offer, and they understand it, that this is only going to be until Friday at midnight, or goes away Sunday, whatever, right? How's the offer going to be delivered? Is this going to be delivered through direct mail to them? Is it going to be an email campaign that you're doing? What about a webinar? Are you doing a webinar, or maybe are you putting this on a landing page? Are you doing a product launch, again, Facebook ad? Are you doing a Facebook ad that's going right to a direct sales page? Or are you doing like we talk about in the product marketing blueprint, are you doing Facebook ads to like videos? Like, so how is this offer actually delivered to your audience? Just so you understand what the process looks like. Is it in person? What about television? Are you doing a television commercial on the offer? So those are the main components of that formula. So what I'm saying is that if you use the 5W 1H formula to begin crafting every single offer, then everything's going to be awesome for you in terms of crafting that offer to get all the points that a customer needs to have an irresistible offer. And then when you're writing your copy, look back to your offer and say, oh yeah, I got to talk about this. Like, it doesn't mean you need to talk about the specific thing in the offer, which it can be, but you're not going to forget. You're going to look down the offer. You're going to say, oh yeah, this is an important piece that they should know about. So then when you're talking about, doing the transformation, and it could be, I don't know, that maybe you're offering 6 months live coaching or something. And, you're talking about, well, people have trouble with their marketing message, right? And they buy a program, but they go through a program, and 5 weeks later, they're left holding the bag. Well, imagine if you had a coach helping you one-on-one and blah, 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 right? Which is kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just giving you an example from a live situation right now. Help a live coach for 6 months, or continuing the process for you as you go through the process, is going to really help you XYZ, get your marketing message clearer, make more sales, or help with sales pages when you don't have the right language or stuff like that. And then in the offer, it's again, you get this online course for 5 weeks, and you get the 6 months of coaching, live coaching, to help you XYZ. So it reinforces what the copy said, because in the copy, in that specific example I just gave you, which is exactly what this is, right? It's basically going against or talking to an objection, which is like, yeah, if I buy another course, I got to just do it all by myself. So that I'm talking about, or hitting the objection, and then, alleviating that problem, and then giving it back in the offer, going, by the way, you're getting 6 months of coaching too. And they remember that inside when they're ready to buy. Cool. All right. So that was it.